I'm Steve with ProGrass. I'm here with Mitch Heiner, and we're going to be looking at the Rainbird Smart Controller and go over the benefits and why you would be interested in possibly changing your unit over to this. And what's the major benefit to this controller system?
The major benefit is that, first of all, it saves anywhere from 30 to 70% on your irrigation water. So you get a return on your investment on this unit very quickly. But the other benefit is that you go in and you program it once, you tell it a lot of specifics about your landscape, and then you leave it in auto, close the door, and you never touch it again. It's a self-managing system that's reevaluating every 45 minutes and does all the thinking for you. So you can concentrate on other things while your landscape continues to thrive.
Well, I know that's a really big benefit, because I just got my water bill a few weeks ago and I was shocked as to how much it went up from last year. And in my bill it also said my water bill's going to go up again next year. So I think this is a prime time to be looking at water savings. So let's go take a look. Well, we're here to look at the controlling unit right now with the Rainbird system, and I'm going to pass it off to Mitch to go over all the benefits of this Rainbird system.
Great. So this is the ESP SMT. SMT stands for Smart Controller. This is a new addition to our lineup just in the past 6 months. And the beautiful thing about this system is that it's a self-managing system. You put in the input once, and then it reevaluates every 45 minutes what the plant water needs are. So it does everything automatically. So for instance, for zone number 1, you tell it what sprinkler type are you using, right? Basically, what's the precip rate?
So that would be like a rotor or a spray head or a drip?
Exactly. Okay. So it gives you the choices of sprays, rotors, rotary nozzles, bubblers, drip, or if you know the exact precip rate that you're dealing with, you can put that information in. You can also do an individual zone as time-based only and not have the ET functions associated with that zone.
So if you wanted to override the system, you could say, I want 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Exactly. One of the other issues with this too is we can also help the customer determine the soil type and the angle and the precipitation rate, because most people are not going to understand that. We have no problem with going out and analyzing that for you.
Exactly. Really simple. You have your choices of grass lawn, annuals, ground cover shrubs, desert plant, mixed trees, or if you're an engineer and you want to look through the manual and build your own custom plant factors, you can do that. But you can also keep it really simple.
Well, that's a big benefit too, because one of the biggest issues that we have with water use is that people don't know how much water their plants will need and how to water lawns different than plants. And most people will set up everything based on the same rules. They'll put 20 minutes in, whether it's a shrub bed or a lawn. And this is really giving us a lot of information that you can just use the benefit of the programming for. So if a customer were to have ProGrass come in and replant a bed for them, we can go in there and program this to water additionally longer for a certain period of time, and then automatically, without having to have the customer do any input, it will automatically reset to its original watering.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
great.
But the setup for this is very simple to do, and once you get it set up, the beautiful thing is you can just put it in auto and leave it in auto year-round. Okay? It reevaluates every 45 minutes what the water needs are for the plants, just by plugging this thing in and putting it on the wall, it's guaranteed to save a bare minimum of 30% on your irrigation water. So you get a very quick return on your investment with this product.
That's great. Well, the unit looks really simple actually once it's programmed, which of course ProGrass will help you on programming the system, and it's a smart controller. It's doing a lot more than just being a timer, which is what most controllers are. They're no more than just a timer that has the water coming on and off regardless of what the weather and what the plant demand is. So in most cases, plants are getting dried out in the summer and they're dying, and grass is getting brown in the winter, or the fall, it's getting too much water. This will eliminate most of those problems. So what I'd like to do now is let's take a look at the unit on the outside that actually measures the climate and the rainfall. Well, Mitch, now we're looking at the outdoor unit that actually measures the rainfall and temperature. And one thing I thought that was really cool was this unit here that's actually inside the fixture that actually measures the rainfall. So,
correct.
We could just mention that as this fills up, it tips, and every time it clicks, that's how much rain?
2/100ths of an inch.
Okay, so that's how it's actually measuring the rainfall and keeping track of it. And then also it's taking temperature. So when it gets this information, what does it do with it?
Great question. So this is hardwired into the controller, and when it gets this information, it's relaying to the controller immediately. The controller is plugging that into the algorithm of the historical data that we talked about earlier. The 10-year averages for humidity, wind speed, and solar radiation. It's plugging in the effective rainfall and current ambient temperature and plugging that into the algorithm to figure out what are the water requirements for the plant material. Okay, that tipping bucket, again, it's 200ths of an inch. It's self-flushing. If you have a really torrential downpour, this thing's going to be moving quite a bit, and the controller will tell the system to completely shut off because Mother Nature is doing the irrigating for us. And then the temperature sensor, it's taking that reading every single second of the day, but it's reevaluating the algorithm with this information every 45 minutes. Okay? You can go in and tell the controller that, hey, if I get 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, I want to shut off irrigation completely, or you can let this system figure it out for you depending on the plant materials needs. So it's very, very accurate, and this is one of the biggest differences between this ET Manager product and anything else on the market, is that it actually measures rainfall.
Yeah, a lot of them just basically say, is it raining or isn't?
Exactly.
And that doesn't tell you a whole lot, because it could be a few drops or it could be a huge amount of rain. Another benefit to this system is that it allows the incorporation of this remote transmitter and receiver unit to allow the operation of the controller from outside. And so how would this be set up?
Right. If the homeowner decided to have this as a permanent addition to their unit, it would just be right next to the controller, set up permanently. If they just wanted ProGrass to come out and use it as a maintenance tool, you wouldn't even see this next to the controller. This would be something that they would set up to come out and use it for maintenance purposes. But I actually have some homeowners that have incorporated this whole system in their controller and further irrigation system because they like to sit on the porch and be able to turn on their sprinklers remotely while they're having coffee. That might not be what you're looking for, but it's a possibility as well.
So one of the biggest benefits to this, to me, would be whether it be ProGrass doing an evaluation on your system or you can walk through your yard and basically run zone 1, and you stand by zone 1. You go to zone 2, you go to zone 2. You don't have to keep running back into your garage to push the button and run back out again to look at it. You can run it all with this.
Yep.
And I'd say the other big benefit is the fact that when we do a customer startup and shutdown in the spring and fall, we don't have to call you and bother you by going into your garage. We can come in, do what we have to, and move on. The one thing this unit will not do, though, is turn your system on and off. You would still need to be able to turn your system on and off, which is basically just turning the switch to off.
Right,
seasonally. Seasonally, in the spring and fall. And just a click of a switch is all you would need to do. So this really would take a lot of the details out of having to worry about what your system is going to be needing, and puts all the calculations and thinking into the machine.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how big your yard is. This has 1.5 miles in line of sight radius that it deals with. So you could have a small yard or acres of yard and still be able to turn things on and off.
Well, thanks, Mitch, for coming in.
My pleasure.
And going over this with us. Mitch with Rainbird and ProGrass working together on making sure that your landscape has an efficient watering system to save you money, save you time. Give us a call or check our website on any other information if you'd like to get more information about this. And we'd be more than happy to go over the benefits again with you in person. Thanks.
Thank you.